Welcome to my podcast. Today I'm talking about saving time on the creation process. But before I do, remember that I'm a doing channel that encourages you to go out and do the things. Success in social media comes from doing. So after this podcast video, take a few minutes to practice these tips. I'll keep these videos and podcasts short so that you have time to practice each suggestion a couple of times before moving on to the next. If you have any questions about this tip or any other tips I give you, feel free to leave a comment below. Before I begin, I want you to know that these steps are not for everyone. This is a recommendation on a creative process called batching. Over the past 3 videos, I've actually used batching every step of the way. It doesn't work for everyone. In fact, I usually use a method where I batch a few things like writing, and then record and edit videos independently until each one is done one at a time. But this is how batching works. Step 1. Write out as many ideas as you can, making a list. I use Google Keep for notes. Some people recommend paper and pen. Oftentimes, one idea will lead to the next, but the point is that you're using your creative process to work in one area in order to get the best use of that part of the brain. Just write out all the ideas you can come up with. Keep this list near you because you never know when an idea will come to you. It's also a good idea to include a note or two about the specifics of each item on the list. Believe me, you'll forget what your thought process was for an idea you wrote 10 months ago. Now that you've got a bunch of ideas, how do you want those ideas to look in a video? Put the video idea at the front of the note so that you know what you want to do before you start doing it. If you have a script, and I recommend you do, you'll want to know how the video will look before recording so you don't mess up your plan. As you're recording, keep referring back to that video idea in order to keep you focused on how you want the video to look. Next, write out the scripts. Scripts don't have to look like novels. They can be simple with bullet points if that's what works best for you. Remember, as a creator of the content, you've got to find what works best for you. If having a detailed script is what's necessary to make it through a video, then this is the time to write a bunch of those out. On the other hand, if you have a tendency to just go off script and shoot from the hip, this will be an easier process for you. Write out the most important parts of what you want to say in the video. 4. Make all the thumbnails and titles right here. I know it sounds like a bad idea to make thumbnails and titles before you make the video, and you might have to save this step for later, but many content creators swear by this method. You'll want to have the best thumbnails possible in order to catch a viewer's attention, and having a brain session where you're working on thumbnails all at once will help the creative juices flow towards the best thumbnails you can make. Include titles in the process because titles and thumbnails really need to be complementary. Record all the videos at once. As I said earlier, I have a tendency to record one video, edit it, and post it and get it ready to go. But in the case of batching, just record each one and keep them in separate folders so you know what each one is for. If you need to shoot parts of the video in different locations for different videos, then shoot what you can while you can. For this channel, I record one long video and make cuts to it for a shorter tutorial video like what you see here. Others need to record lots of video before editing them together. Just remember what videos go for specific titles and thumbnails. If you can record 10 or 20 videos in one day and put them all aside, you'll really have a productive day. Editing in batches can be difficult depending on how you edit. For this channel, I shoot one long video, then make cuts as necessary. Since it's easy to do that on YouTube Video Editor, that's where I do it. It's fast and easy and can be done while another video is uploading. My other channel uses many different clips from multiple locations, so it's more difficult to edit. We also add music and adjust other things like volume to make the video better. This makes it necessary to use an editing program and finalize the video before we post it. A longer process, but we want to have a higher production value from the start. This also means we film completely differently than what can be accomplished with batching. Post each video at different times. When you're uploading a video, you have an option to schedule that video to be posted at a later date. Upload each one to be posted to future dates so that you can focus on the batching process from the beginning again. Make the best use of that time. Number 8, After everything is posted and has been seen, you'll want to go back and review all your previous videos in order to update the thumbnails, titles, and information contained within so that they can be viewed continuously, increasing your profitability and viewability in the algorithm. Batching makes it possible to make the most of a week. For example, if you're spending an hour at the end of each workday doing one thing towards making a video, then spending one day off recording and another day off editing, you can have 10 to 20 videos posted in 1 week. You'll get to the point where you have enough videos that the YouTube algorithm is sharing your videos enough that you're getting the views and subscribers necessary for monetization real fast. As always, part of my recommendation to do these things is to practice. Get used to thinking about making videos daily in order to make better videos, and eventually it will become a natural flow of your creation process. Practice makes every aspect of content creation better, so go out and do.